She said it like it meant nothing. I'll come back when I feel like it. Those were the last words that echoed through our kitchen before the door clicked shut. No fight, no tears, just that cold, flat tone that made my skin crawl. Her name was Amanda, my wife for 6 years. The woman who used to text me good morning just to say she missed me. Now, she couldn't even say goodbye properly. It hadn't happened overnight. It was months of quiet decay, the distance, the silence, the strange new habits. Late nights at work. Her phone always face down. Her laughter different now, not warm, but guilty. I asked once if she was okay. She sighed. I'm fine, Mark. You're overthinking again. That word, again, like it was my fault for noticing she'd stopped caring. I remember standing there that night, staring at the half-empty wine glass she'd left on the counter. Lipstick still on the rim. I turned it in my hand and realized the truth. The woman I loved hadn't just left that night. She'd been gone for a long time. I didn't chase her, didn't text, didn't sleep either. By morning, the bed felt too big, the silence too loud. I went to work, answered emails, tried to focus, but her words kept looping in my head. I'll come back when I feel like it. As if my life, my love, our marriage was a show she could pause until she felt like resuming it. 3 days passed. Nothing. No calls, no messages. I told myself I wouldn't break, but I was. Quietly. You don't build a life with someone just to watch it rot in real time. On the 4th day, I opened my laptop to finish some overdue work and saw it. A photo she'd been tagged in. A rooftop bar downtown. The kind of place we used to go when things between us still meant something. She was smiling, wine glass in hand, her head tilted close to a man I didn't recognize. His hand rested on the small of her back. And that's when something inside me just switched off. Not rage. Not heartbreak. Just a cold clarity that comes when denial finally dies. That night, I poured a drink, sat on the couch, and scrolled through our old photos, vacations, anniversaries, little moments she once called forever. That's when I understood how much of myself I'd given to someone who only saw me as background noise. So I made a decision. I didn't text. I didn't confront. I simply changed the lock code. Packed her things carefully, not in anger, but in silence. Folded her clothes, boxed her jewelry, every trace she'd left behind. Then I placed one framed photo on top of the boxes, our wedding picture. She was looking at me like I was her entire world. And maybe back then I was. But looking at it now, I noticed something I'd never seen before, a flicker of performance in her eyes, a smile that didn't quite reach them. I picked up that photo, took a picture of it with my phone, and sent it to her with one message: don't worry about coming back. I found what I needed to remember. I didn't expect a reply, but she saw it within minutes. The typing dots appeared, disappeared, then came back again. Finally, one message appeared. Mark, what are you talking about? I didn't answer. I let her sit in the same silence she'd gifted me for months. It wasn't revenge, it was closure. An hour later, she called twice. I ignored both. By midnight, another text came, longer this time. I made a mistake. Please just talk to me. Funny how come back when I feel like it turns into please talk to me so fast. But it was too late. Her messages kept rolling in all night. At first defensive, then apologetic, and by morning, desperate. I didn't mean it like that. Can we meet, please? You're being cold. Cold. That word actually made me laugh. When someone drains you for months, stops listening, stops touching, stops caring, and then calls you cold when you finally stop bleeding for them, that's irony in its truest form. I didn't reply. I went on with my day, work, lunch, gym. Everything felt heavier, but somehow cleaner, like breathing rail air after months of fog. 2 days later, she showed up. I heard the knock before I saw her, 3 short knocks, just like always. I didn't move at first. Let her wait. When I finally opened the door, she looked different. Hair tied back, eyes red, makeup faded. No rooftop bar confidence, just guilt and a touch of fear. Can we talk? She asked softly. I stepped aside. 5 minutes. She walked in, her gaze landing immediately on the boxes stacked by the hallway, her boxes. Then on the framed wedding photo sitting on top, the same one I'd sent her. "That's why you sent it," she whispered. "To say it's over?" I shrugged.
"No.
I sent it so you could remember who you used to be." She stared at the photo, then at me. "You think I don't know I messed up?" I stayed quiet. Silence does more damage than shouting ever could. "I was just lost," she said. "Work was stressful. I felt trapped. I didn't mean to hurt you." I took a slow breath. "You didn't mean to hurt me, Amanda. You just didn't care if you did." Her face fell. That single sentence cut through all her practiced guilt like a blade. She stepped closer, voice shaking. "I never stopped loving you." I met her eyes, calm. "You stopped respecting me." Love without respect doesn't mean much. For a moment, she said nothing. Her eyes wandered around the room, probably realizing how little of her remained. No jacket on the chair, no shoes by the door, no perfume in the air. Just absence. The kind she built herself. "I saw that photo," she whispered. "I remembered that day. I thought we'd last forever." "We could've," I said, "if forever didn't depend on your mood." Her lips parted, but she had no defense, just tears. And somewhere in them, a flicker of realization that this time, words couldn't save her. She reached for my arm. I stepped back. Her hand hung in the air before falling. "Please, Mark, don't do this. We can fix it." I shook my head. "You left when things got hard. You said you'd come back when you felt like it. I just stopped waiting for your feelings." That's when she broke. The kind of crying that comes from the gut. Raw, heavy, final. She kept saying sorry, over and over. But I didn't feel angry anymore. Not even sad.
Just done.
I picked up the photo and handed it to her.
"Keep it," I said.
"So, you don't forget what you walked away from." She stared at it, our frozen smiles, and nodded slowly. "You really mean it, don't you?" "I do." She lingered, searching my face for softness. There was none. Eventually, she gathered her boxes and walked out without another word. The door closed behind her as quietly as it had that first night. Only this time, I didn't wait for it to open again. That evening, I took a new picture, not of her, but of the empty space where her things had been.
Clean.
Quiet. Mine again. I looked at it for a moment, then saved it to a private folder titled Freedom. And that's when I finally smiled. Not because she regretted losing me, but because I didn't regret letting her go. For the first time in months, I didn't need her to come back. I'd already come back to myself.